Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Cass.
And today, what are we doing?
Back to you!
Am I the asshole?
Part 5? Am I the a-hole for planning to confess my feelings to my married manager?
That one, yeah.
I think yes. I, 27 female, feel like I'm losing my mind. My best friend just called me delusional and threatened to distance herself from me if I go through with this, so I need an outside perspective.
Okay.
I think you got all the perspective you needed, but okay.
Right, clock it.
For my own personal sanity, all names have been changed.
Thank you.
That should be for everyone else's.
Personal sanity.
Yeah.
For their
safety
privacy,
and privacy, not for you, but okay.
But okay.
For the past year, I've worked closely with David, 38 male. He is the assistant manager at the retail pharmacy where I work as a pharmacy technician. He is married to Sarah and they have 2 toddlers. His locker is covered in drawings from his kids and he talks about his family constantly. On paper, he is the ultimate family man. But over the last 6 months, I feel like our relationship has changed. It started in November when my dog passed away. He noticed I was crying in the break room, went down the street, and bought me a vanilla latte and a muffin. He sat with me for 10 minutes and just listened to me vent. No one else at work even noticed I was upset, but he did.
Okay.
I fear that's the bare minimum. Since then, we've developed a routine. Whenever we pass each other by the stock room, he gives me this specific warm smile.
I think it's all in your head, babe. I think it's just you.
I fear, yeah. A few weeks ago, during a hectic Monday rush, I made a joke to a difficult customer that fell flat. But I looked across the pharmacy counter and David was smiling and shaking his head. It felt like an inside joke between just us. Girl is delusional.
It's giving delusional. It's giving Delulu Island.
Ooh. Then there was the team dinner last month at a packed, deafening restaurant. Because it was crowded, David sat directly across from me. At one point, the room got incredibly loud.
And so did this video.
Literally. David leaned all the way across the table to hear what I was saying. While I was talking, he looked directly at my lips, smiled, and nodded along. A few of our coworkers at the end of the table actually stopped talking and just stared at us because it looked so intense. It felt like the rest of the room completely melted away. The biggest thing happened last Friday. We were staying late to finish checking in an inventory shipment. The store was closed. He walked over to check my progress, and as he leaned over my shoulder to look at the terminal, his sleeve brushed against my arm. He didn't pull away immediately. Like, not even his fingers.
So
his
intimate.
sleeve.
His sleeve. I wish.
He didn't pull away immediately. He stayed there for at least 3 seconds. Before he clocked out, he looked at me and said, "Don't stay too late, Shelby. We need you around here." I felt a physical spark.
Okay, perhaps it's just one-sided, but okay.
I'm convinced that he is trapped in a passionless marriage and his kindness is his subconscious way of crying out for a connection.
They got 2 kids, girl. There's passion.
And he talks about his family all the time.
Right.
He always remembers exactly how I take my coffee. Men don't pay that much attention to a woman unless they are deeply attracted to her. Is this a joke?
It feels like a story.
It feels like someone like...
This can't be real.
Right? My plan is to ask him to grab drinks after our shift this Thursday and gently lay my cards on the table. I want to tell him that I know he feels the connection too and that I'm willing to wait for him. My best friend snapped at me, saying, "Shelby, he is a nice guy. He brought you coffee once. You are being delusional and you're about to ruin your job based on a sleeve brushing your arm."
Listen to her.
She's right. Am I misreading this, or am I the a-hole if I say how I feel? Is this like cannot be real?
It was labeled a-hole.
Well, yeah. You're just gonna embarrass yourself. Ooh, a nice breeze.
It feels so good. Oh, sorry. My hair is like tickling my neck. A-hole.
Yeah. Delusional.
Like, delusional. Delulu Island. Sign her up. Put her on.
His sleeve touched my arm
His
and I felt a spark.
Whoa.
You felt a spark from his fabric?
That's friction, babe. That's what happens. Electricity. That's just science. That's not chemistry.
Wrong type of chemistry.
Am I the a-hole for wanting to write my novel while my girlfriend works? A couple months ago, I, 32 male, lost my job. It was expected and I honestly was excited about it, but my work-life balance wasn't great and my girlfriend, 28 female, makes more than enough to support us both. I decided I would use at least the summer to return to a passion project of mine, a piece of genre-bending fiction I hadn't touched in a decade. My girlfriend knows me. She understands that I was never happy in management, that I have an ability and talent for language that will one day provide for us both. Okay. Alright, not gonna knock on your dreams, but sir. But ever since June began, she's been badgering me about finding a job, any job, again, like we're not bored. This disagreement is becoming a daily battle. She cites saving... Whatever. I know how to read. Saving for a house and wedding. The encouragement.
Yeah, you do.
I tell her that 3 months dedicated to my work is more of an investment than 3 months stocking shelves at Costco could ever be, and that to enter back into the workforce now at 32 would be to give up on my dreams forever. That's not true. She claims to believe in me. She reads my stuff and tells me it's brilliant, and so do many others, yet she still insists I must spend 40 hours a week laboring for somebody else. And now it's getting to the point where I can't even sit down and write without her doubt intruding. Doubt about the power of my work, and doubt about our relationship. Are you okay? Am I the wrong one here working on my novel? I finally feel like myself again for the first time in a decade, and I don't want to give that up. I can't write at my peak while working a full-time job, but I don't want to give up on an 8-year relationship either. I feel like that's so crazy. Any advice would be appreciated.
Uh-oh. Fly has entered the villa.
Oh, in the video. Flab.
Get out, get out, get out. Oh.
No. Up.
Open the door and flick it.
Get out. Get out. Not you. You're still in the car.
Bruh.
Now you're dead.
Oh.
I will hurt a fly. Which is ironic because I have guided 3 flies out of my house so they don't die. But there's an update. Attracted a lot of controversy from people who don't know my writing or my relationship. Quick update. She still wants me. She's still with me, and I'm still writing, and that isn't going to change. Thanks for the feedback. He was labeled asshole.
I kind of see both sides.
I see both sides, but like
you're a grown man not putting any weight into your relationship anymore. But if it's just for the summer, like that's fine. If you're trying to do this for years and years and years, at least like you need a part-time job at the very least to like help. She shouldn't be fully supporting you.
Exactly. Now you're blaming her for the fact that you can't write and can't do this, but that's your own mind. You're projecting your insecurities onto her, and that's not fair. And I think for the fact that she just wants you to get a job so you can support yourself and her as you live a life together.
Yeah, especially that you're like in your 30s. Like, it's not
like no one's saying you have to work full time. But like get a little side hustle. Feeling like, do I have to quit writing or do I have to quit my 8-year relationship?
Yeah,
like,
neither.
Neither. It's not that serious.
She's being like, well, she makes enough to like sustain both of us. Well, she shouldn't have
like,
to.
I feel like that's a bit like
something you talked about before. Like if you're both comfortable with that, yeah. But if she's not, she's not.
His attitude makes him the a-hole.
Yeah, the way he wrote it was a little cringy.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for telling my mother a lie my twin and I told as kids? It ruined our relationships. I, female 28, Rachel, seem to have made a pretty big mistake. My father is sick and I recently have been trying to reconnect with my family. For my father's birthday, I agreed to see my twin sister for dinner for the first time in 7 years. I guess I was never special enough for her because the day she moved out, she cut all contact with me. This really hurt and I haven't
see
been...
why. God damn.
And I haven't been interested in seeing her until our father asked a week ago. My mom and I have never been very close, but something in her opened up when we were at dinner, and she was laughing with me, telling stories. We had a few glasses of wine, and I made the wrong judgment call that enough time had passed to now tell her this story in a lighthearted manner. Anyways, we moved to a new school when we were starting grade 3. My twin sister, female 28, Sandra, had come up with this so funny prank that we were going to pull on all of our classmates. She told me that we were no longer going to tell people that we were twins. We were going to tell them that we were triplets. We were going to pretend that we had another triplet at home, and we were not supposed to talk about it.
Are we okay? Like she's locked in a basement or something? Like
she was always more liked than I was, and I was trying to make some friends this year, so I obliged. We started telling every kid that we were triplets, but our sister was so hideous that our parents had decided to keep her locked in the basement and made us pretend like she wasn't there. We got creative with it.
No one ever like called CPS or... Right.
We got creative with it. We smudged muddy handprints on paper and claimed they were hers. We drew pictures of all 3 of us and showed it to our friends.
She doesn't have access to paint, so she uses the mud to finger paint.
I have no idea what possessed her to come up with this or what made me think it was a good idea, but about 2 weeks into grade 3, social services showed up at our house along with 2 officers. They arrived when our grandparents were over. They did an entire investigation, but the details I don't fully remember. I do remember being questioned by a kind lady in a really big blue jacket, but not much else. I remember my sister glaring daggers at me. We both refused to admit anything, and it was chalked up to our classmates making things up. A lot is blurry. There was an assembly at school about the importance of lying, and we never had our grandparents over again?
What did they do?
Yeah, what? I suppose our family became an embarrassment in our community and church because of the scene we had made. We must have convinced our mother that the lie had nothing to do with us, because when I told her last night at dinner, I half expected her to laugh and admit that she knew all along. Instead, she stood up, swung her hand back, and slapped me hard.
Not that bitch slap.
She yelled at me about how I had destroyed our family name and had brought embarrassment to us.
She didn't make the lie. She was part of it.
They're also children.
Right.
She screamed at me to get out of the house, but she also screamed at my sister Sandra. My mother told us that we were not invited back, especially in a time when our father is so sick. I feel terrible, but it was my sister's childhood lie. How horrible could we really be?
It's your lie too. You cooperated. It's like,
But
what?
they were children.
Partners in crime.
Should our mother really not let us come back to see our father before he passes? My sister, I think, will never look at me again. And now I'm wondering, am I the a-hole or is my family overreacting?
Well, your sister don't like you in the first place.
I think you were children and like didn't know any better.
Oh.
And it's not a big deal. I don't know. You were kids making up an imaginary triplet. Like, is it crazy? Yes, but like, should your mom slap you and tell you can never see your dad again before he passed away? I don't even think she should be mad about it. Like, you're only an embarrassment if you let yourselves be.
Especially like you were cut off from your family for like your sister for
something
7
else.
years.
You were children with an imagination.
Okay, crazy dark imagination.
I mean, but kids do stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
Why would you do that? Like,
Why would anyone really believe this? Like, I don't know. If I heard kids saying that, I wouldn't really believe that they had a hideous triplet that was kept in the basement. Like, I'd be like, okay, they're lying.
I just feel like she's not a good person.
For this, or just in general?
In general.
But we have no idea what happened.
No, we don't. But like, if you look at it, it's like, oh, I guess I wasn't special enough for my sister. Like, who are you? Like, what do you mean? I see why she cut you off. Because why are you acting like that? Like, why are you saying that? Why are we being insecure? What did you do? What did she do? Like, what's the real tea? Everybody sucks. That's what I say. Everybody sucks in this situation.
I think they were just kids being kids.
I mean, how old were they?
In 3rd grade.
Yeah. No, I get that. Your lives are fine.
You're not an embarrassment because your kids made up a lie. Very odd. That was funny though.
It's so weird. At the end of the day, maybe, did you say this? Of like, with their dad dying?
Well, I said that, how you're not gonna let them see their dad because of a 3rd grade lie.
And I think as long as the dad wants to see them, then like you have no say.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? The title makes me sound horrible, but hear me out. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be left alone. She is nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all. Despite the fact she's only 12, she's extremely destructive and violent and destroys anything she gets her hands on. I hate her. That should be the wrong thing to say, but it doesn't feel like it. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then, I've never solely had my parents' attention. Ever since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I was moved out of my room and into the basement at 7. That's crazy. I'm like a 7-year-old living in the basement. Look, we found a triplet! He's the triplet! Because she needed to be in the room next to my parents. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. Even when I was 14 and she destroyed my MacBook my school gave me, I was in the wrong. Okay. Along with this, I am expected to take care of her and drop everything I do for her. I can never make plans with friends because my parents expect me to be there if they need me to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time to myself, I'm required to leave if they need me. If I do not, then I am punished. The recent example of this is when I went to see the new Spider-Man movie and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater. It seems as if I am nothing more than a slave. That's not funny. And anything involving her simply overshadows me. This last week, I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited and my parents promised to be there, but they never showed, claiming it was because of my sister. Anytime anything like this happens, they're always busy with her. I've held this in for so long and I finally spilled it out. While talking about colleges with my father, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well so when they're gone, I can take care of my sister. That's crazy. I don't know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed about how it's always about her. I'm nothing more than a caretaker to them and that they always make it about her, and I'm expected to be a slave for the rest of my life. Locked himself in his room, and they didn't come to check on him. That's so sad. But I think like the real problem is with your parents and not your sister.
Yeah, because there's nothing like, it's not your sister's fault.
She can't control that.
Yeah, but your parents, are the problem.
That's sad. There's an update. After thinking about it for these past hours, you're right. I don't despise my sister. It's not her fault that she was born the way she is. My parents came to talk to me after, but I was unable to bring myself to talk to them and only cry and ask them to leave. They made arrangements with my grandfather for me to stay with him for the time being and ready to go to his house. Hello? My parents want to talk to me, but they've decided it's best I leave for now. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Anyway, mood change.
No, for real. That was like sad.
That was sad.
Yeah.
What is his parents?
I'm glad
man?
he realized he doesn't hate his sister though.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for keeping dishes in my room? I, 22 female, and my 2 roommates, 21 female, have been living together for about a month. Before moving in, we had an agreement that we would be splitting chores. Me and one of the roommates are engaged. Another is dating, but she is not part of the story. We will call her Grace. When we moved in, we had a rule to notify each other of when our partner is coming over. I will admit that I didn't do that a couple times due to there being fights and wanting to reconcile their relationship before telling my roommates. One Sunday, however, I walk out in my pajamas, oversized t-shirt and underwear, and walk out into the kitchen to make coffee. I reach above the fridge where I keep my stuff, make my coffee, and do my things, and then I turn around and see Grace's fiance sitting on the couch. I flash basically my whole butt to him. I had called a roommate meeting and had let her know what was going on. I then got blamed for not telling her, which I did admit to, and gave my reasoning as stated above. Then I get blamed. Wait, what did you not tell her though? Her fiance was there. Me too.
Okay.
Then I get blamed for a bunch of other things. My other roommate, who we will call S, looked shocked. We started talking and S agreed that I didn't do anything wrong. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, I was talking to my counselor about what was going on in the apartment. She has stated that maybe don't pick up her slack because you are teaching her how to treat you.
I'm confused.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Grace's job this month was to do dishes for the whole month. I haven't touched them in 2 weeks and they still haven't been getting done. I've gotten to the point where I'm going to store them in my room and take them out when needed.
There's something missing.
Yeah, there is. I have been the one to provide most of the kitchen/cooking supplies. Am I taking this too far? Yeah, we never got...
How did we get from fiance to dishes?
I'm so confused.
What did the comments say?
What do the dishes have
Thank
to do with
you.
not telling each other when your guys are over? Also, like, wait, he was like sitting on the couch? I'm confused.
I don't get it. They wrote this in a rush.
How did you not see him already sitting on the couch when you walked out, first of all? So I know, like, if you live with roommates, like, I also just feel like, why you, like, if you're not, like, close, why are you walking around in your underwear?
Well, then they must be close.
But they're not. They hate each other.
Who knows?
They must have just not cared if it was the girl.
Like with them all being girls.
I
Like, they
would
just
have
don't
never
care.
done that. None of my roommates have ever walked around in their underwear.
So I'm not
also
super...
like we might never know who they're like. Me and my roommates never told each other people were coming over. Like unless it was like a party. Like if someone's boyfriend came over, we were like, hey, you're here.
I'm so confused.
I'm very confused. That was just written awfully.
Am I the a-hole for jumping out of a bathroom window to avoid my mom's attempt at forcing a reunion between me and my ex-fiance?
I don't think so.
Like, no, but like jumping out a window is kind of drastic. Let's see.
You know what? If you had to see your ex-man or jump out a window.
You're right.
In just a bathroom window.
I would jump out a window.
And that's ex-fiance.
I'd
like...
probably... No, I'm not going to say that.
Not be proving her statement wrong that quick. You said, oh, when you put it like that.
Let me not say that on that. I had been dating my ex-fiance, Sarah, for 4 years. I do always assume that it's just a woman writing these stories.
Do.
That's
a
even
lot of men
crazier.
today, actually.
Yeah, but like a man jumping out a window? I feel like that's kind of crazy.
We'll
That's
see.
crazier than a woman.
We'll see.
Is that sexist? Don't cancel me. We had been planning to get married in November 2020, but I found out at the start of this month that she cheated on me. She begged me to give her another chance, but I broke it off.
Okay.
The problem was that being cheated on is, in my mind, completely emasculating and humiliating. Okay. I have to think of other things that...
Yeah,
that it is,
emasculating is like
but emasculating
not the right
is
word there.
not the...
Because who
most
cheats
important.
more? Men.
Block it!
And I wouldn't call that like what is even the word?
Sexist.
Defeminizing. Like
So I never told anyone that was the reason we broke up. I feel like that's so crazy.
that is crazy. That it affected your masculinity that much. Like it has more to do with her than you.
Sarah also didn't tell people we broke up because she cheated. That makes more sense.
Yeah, she's the cheater.
So people have blamed me for the breakup, including my mom.
Oh.
They just see that I dumped her out of the blue.
Oh. That's
I've gone
crazy.
very strict no contact with Sarah after I discovered she was cheating on me. Sarah's been talking to my mom and has convinced her that if we could talk one more time, we'd be able to reconcile. My mom has been applying hardcore pressure for me to talk with Sarah, but I've explained that there's no chance we'll ever get back together. So tonight I go over to my mom's place because she's hosting family for Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve? She invited your ex?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying you're having family over on Christmas Eve. I was like,
No, well, like your ex.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
like
no,
you couldn't wait
I just
for
wasn't
any
clocking
other
it. No,
time.
literally, that's weird. Yeah.
I'm there for a bit talking with my aunts and uncles and cousins when the doorbell rings and I see that it's Sarah. I ask, what the fuck?
Why do we get an accent?
Because Charlie. Love Island. Oh, I can't like say it without thinking of him. Where he's just like, what the fuck is going on? And my mom says she invited Sarah so we can work this out in spirit of the holidays. I'm pissed now because the only way to explain my side of the story is to tell everyone I was cheated on. Okay, like it happens. It happens.
And it villainizes her. It doesn't emasculate you.
Like,
Weird.
it just makes you look better.
Yeah.
My mom starts knocking on the door to say that I need to come out and talk to my ex. I say, fuck it. Kick the window, scream, get in my car, and go home. Yeah, because like the...
Oh, I thought you said scream.
No,
scream. No. Yes. I thought kick out the window, scream, and then I was like...
Imagine. She's out the window.
That's why I was confused.
Takes off running. My mom called a short while ago saying she's cutting ties with me over my behavior.
Hello?
She really fixated on me jumping out of a window and that Sarah will always be like a child to her. Over your actual child? My sister called me after to ream me out for ruining Christmas. I broke down and told her that Sarah cheated on me, which is why I dumped her and didn't want to see her under any circumstances. She called me a big a-hole who was lying to cover for myself. What? Why would he lie? Like, why would he lie?
Well, he did.
That's also true, but like...
But yeah. But he should have told them from the beginning. And none of this would be happening. Not your family being on her side.
Like, I definitely think that, like, your insecurities got in the way, and it didn't need to make this big
For
sort
sure,
of thing.
you should have said from the beginning she cheated on me. And then I'm sure your mom wouldn't have brought her over. And everyone would be like, dang,
she probably
stinks.
would have, to be honest, with the way that they're acting.
I don't know, yeah.
Well, let us know your thoughts.
Who do you think were the a-holes?
Let us know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, post notifications, all the YouTube things. Come back next Thursday for another video. We have a triplet in the trunk.